What's up everyone, it's Bren here. I have just finished the redesign for my blog, Bren on the Road, which is here. I'm going to show it to you in a minute, but I just wanted to make this video for you guys to show you exactly how I've done this and that it's not that difficult to really design a blog of your own. If you've ever been thinking about starting a blog, or you've ever seen a blog and been like, I'd really like to build that for myself. If you've got a business like a restaurant or something and you want to build a website for it, or even if you wanted to start doing web design as like a service, like to make some money on the side, selling websites, building websites for other businesses, I want to show you that it's actually pretty easy. And if you can, if you know how to use Facebook, if you know how to use Instagram or Pinterest, you know how to upload a photo and make your profile how you want it and all that stuff, then you can definitely do this. Okay, it's not that much more difficult. The first time you use Facebook, you're kind of like, okay, I don't really know what to do, and after a week you're like an expert. And it's exactly the same with this. There's no programming, there's no coding. I've just used a very simple tool on the internet, and I've been able to build myself my own blog and completely redesign everything the way that I've wanted it. So I'm going to rebuild this whole thing in front of you now and show you exactly how it was done, so you get to see behind the scenes of all the different things that I did, and you'll see that it's really not that difficult. So let's go. So this is a brand new WordPress site. Pretty much every blogger on the internet uses WordPress. I've never met a blogger that didn't use WordPress. WordPress is a blogging software basically. It's very easy to set up. Takes you about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm not going to go through that with you today. If you want to set up a WordPress site, I have a very good guide here on my blog. Just go to resources, start your own blog at brenontheroad.com, and you have a step-by-step guide here on how to set up a WordPress site. So I'm not going to do that today. That's not really what this video is going to be about. If you're ready to start a blog, just go to that page. It's going to show you everything you need to know. But for this, we're going to talk about blog design, how to design your blog the way you want it, how to make it look pretty. So let's go. So this is a blank site. This is what it looks like right now when you install WordPress and you've done nothing at all. Okay. Now the tool that I've been using to build this blog is called Thrive Theme Builder. Okay, it's not a free tool. You do have to buy it. It's not expensive. If you go to the blogging resources page on my blog and scroll down, it's this tool here, okay, Thrive Theme Builder. It costs about, I don't remember exactly, I think it was about $60, something like that. When you consider that to hire a web designer usually costs you, a couple of $1,000s, that is not expensive at all, okay? It's the only tool you need to buy. You don't need to buy anything else. You don't need to pay any monthly fee or anything. You need to buy this tool, which is basically a web design tool, and then you can build your website and do everything I'm about to show you right now. So once you get Thrive Theme Builder and you install it, I'm not going to show you how to install it. They have really easy to follow instructions after you buy it. Basically, you just go here to the plugin area, add new, and install it. But this is the first screen you're going to come to. So this is the Theme Builder wizard. I am going to rebuild this whole page from scratch, and also going to show you a few more examples. So we'll probably rebuild the About page as well. So this is my About page. We'll rebuild this from scratch, and we'll do all of this, the logos and the headings and everything. So to start, we start with the wizard. The wizard is going to be where we set up like all our global elements of the blog. So like the logo, the colors, the fonts, all that kind of stuff. So we'll start with step one, where you click here, get started. And we get to a logo page, and we have to upload our logo. So a logo, you can design it in any of the free graphic design websites like Canva. You can even use Microsoft Paint. You can use like PowerPoint, even whatever you want. You just need to get an image. I use PicMonkey. Okay, so PicMonkey is an online graphic design tool. It's really similar to Canva. It's not free. It's I think it's like $3 a month or $4 a month or something, but you don't need PicMonkey. Okay, I'm just using it now because it's what I've always used. But what I'm about to do here, you can do it in pretty much any graphic design tool. You can do it in Microsoft Paint. You can do it in wherever you want. So we're going to go brenontheroad.com, and we're going to make it look exactly like this. So let's choose a different color, I guess. Or we can stick with red, it's not a problem. Just make this black. And let's make it a little bit bigger. Boom. Let's not even use Bren, let's do something different. Let's go Johnny Cash. No, let's go Alexander. After them, greatest traveler that ever lived, Alexander Supertramp. If you don't know who Alexander Supertramp is, I suggest you go and find out, because he is a super cool dude. So just make this a bit bigger. And of course you can mess around with all the fonts and stuff. So here you can just pretty much choose, you know, try all these different whatever. But I'm just going to stick with something normal. And there we go, that's our logo. So in about 30 seconds we've got ourselves a logo. Let's download that and upload it to our site. So if you've used WordPress, you know what I'm doing here. If you've never used WordPress, don't worry, you're going to figure it out real quick. So this is basically my media library. I'm uploading my logo. And now we have a logo. So let's go to the next step. Choose your brand color. I guess we just stick with red. So just any shade of red. Yeah, cool, whatever. Now our header. Our header is this thing up here where all your menu and everything is, and your logo. So Thrive Theme Builder has like ready-made ones for you. You can edit them later, of course, but you can choose pretty much any one of these, and they are gonna be like a decently designed header. I think the one I choose was that one up there. So let's just stick with that one. Continue. The footer is this thing down here at the bottom of your page. Mine is just a basic subscribe box. So let's just choose like a basic subscribe box like that. Obviously you can see there's heaps of different templates to choose from. Let's just choose that one, and we'll tidy that up later, of course. Your home page, you can choose either to have your blog posts as a list. You can choose a page that you've already built, or you can choose one of their their pre-made templates. So let's just do that. And you can see here that like they've got homepage templates that are already pretty nicely designed. You've probably seen websites that look like this around the internet, and that's why they all look kind of similar, because they all use these pre-designed templates. So there's a few, you can choose whichever one you want. You don't need to redesign it, you could even just use it like this and put your own photo there. And then if you were like a lawyer, you'd change this to, you know, sue somebody or whatever. But here we go, let's just stick with the first one. These are your blog posts. So this is the blog post template. So all your blog posts are going to look like this. And you've got lots of different templates to choose from. I believe the one I chose was that one, full image with no sidebar, but you can choose like lots of different styles, you know. Let's just stick with that. And then your blog post list is how your main blog post page will list all your blog posts. On my blog currently they look like this, so we could choose something like that, but let's just stick with maybe that. Yeah, let's go with that. And these are your pages. So the reason I'm going through this really fast is because it doesn't matter that much. We're going to go in and redesign everything anyway. So we're just getting like a basic template for us to start with. So this is fine as well as a base template. Menus. If you had a new blog, you have to create a menu. I already have a menu, obviously, because this is my old blog. what I've done is I've imported all my old blog posts, but none of like the photos and anything. So I've just imported my old blog posts so that we have some content in here, but the design is completely new. So this is what our site looks like now. So you can see that we've got our little logo at the top, our menu, and this is our home page. So in about 10 minutes, we've gone from this to this. And really, this is a totally fine website now. You could just go and change all this writing, fill in all the pages and stuff. But we want to make it look like this. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're done. Now we go to the next stage. We've just finished the site wizard. So now we're going to go to branding. I don't actually remember what's in the branding tab. Didn't use it much. Oh, okay, so we've already done theme colors. We've already done our logo. And your favicon is this thing up here. So if you look at my blog right now, there's this little, in the browser, there's this little picture icon of a motorbike and me sitting on it. So that's what that would be. If you wanted to change that, you just upload whichever photo you want there. But I'm not going to do that right now. That's not that important. Instead, we are going to go on to typography. So this section, typography, is your fonts. Okay, so all the fonts that are going to be in your blog. So if I go now on my blog to a blog post, I have a bunch of different fonts. I have the font for the heading, I have the font for the text, I have a font for these things which are called breadcrumbs, and I have the font for the headings inside the blog post. So this is where you choose all those fonts, and you can create different sets if you want, but we're just going to stick with this main set, and let's just go in and edit it so you can see what it looks like to edit. These are your headings. So H1 is this heading here, like the headings of your blog posts, and then this is obviously the content or the body text, which is down here, or paragraph text they call it. So let's change it up a little bit. Basically you can go in and you can just change it to, like, go to Google Fonts and type in any font you want there. I'll actually show you what I did. I went to Google Fonts and I spent a really long time, I'm not going to tell you how long because it's embarrassing, but like really long, looking through all of these fonts and just trying to choose which one like fit my personality. I liked, when you're dealing with these, when you're dealing with a blog, you're generally going to deal with these top two, serif and sans serif. So serif is more like classic, like old school fonts that you kind of see in like old novels and stuff. You know, like Moby Dick will be written in like one of these old school fonts, and then sans serif is like these newer age kind of fonts, like Hunger Games might be written in this font. So I tend to like these old serif fonts, so let's choose one, which I think I chose Georgia for mine, but we can choose something else. Maybe that one, Zilla Slab. Let's just go with Zilla Slab just because the name is cool. Gotta reward people for cool names. Zilla Slab. Boom. Yeah, and it looks pretty nice as well. So you can obviously go through this and go through this, see what fonts represent your personality, and then you can come in here and change them to whatever, but let's just leave it at that for now. And next we go to templates. Okay, so templates are basically your homepage is your homepage. Posts, your default post template is what all of your blog posts are going to look like. So those are like the articles that you write every week or every month. And then your pages are going to be like standalone pages that don't really change. Okay, so they're going to be like your about page or your contact page. They're things that are kind of like more permanent. So it's a subtle difference between a post and a page. But they're each going to have different templates. So let's start with a page because it's kind of the simplest thing. My internet's super slow. If you're wondering why my internet's slow, it's because I'm from New Zealand and New Zealand has crappy internet. But that's the price we pay for living on this nice little island. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat, it's because I have this ridiculous quarantine haircut. I've been cutting my own hair. And I thought you guys shouldn't have to look at that, so I put a hat on for you. Here we go. Let's we're gonna make this page, okay? So we're gonna make my about page. So this is what my about page currently looks like. Let's remake this. So we're gonna turn this into this, and it should only take us 10 minutes or so. So the first thing we need to do is update this header, actually, because this header does not look like this header. So we need to make that logo a bit bigger. We need to change these fonts here, and yeah, let's do that. So click the header, click edit, and basically we need to make this bigger first. So click on it and then just go over here to the size and just change it to whatever you want. Okay, we probably want it in the middle somewhere. Like, you can make it big, small. Let's make it like there. Next thing we want to do is we want to change these. So click these, and I actually think they look pretty cool like that. But let's just so I can show you, let's change them to what this is. So if I remember correctly, the font that I used was, if you see here, it says Inherit Zilla Slab. So that is because we chose Zilla Slab before as our font site-wide. But we can change this to whatever we want. I believe I was using Montserrat, and I usually bold it around 700. This bold just is like, you get to choose how bold your bold is. So you can have a bold that's like not that bold, 600, or you can have like really, really bold, 900. I like to stay in the middle, so 700. And we also need a caps lock it. Boom, just click that. This is caps, this is normal, and this is lowercase, so let's caps lock it. And then the last thing we need to do is make it a little bit smaller, right? I don't know, is it that big? It's like that big. I think that looks pretty much the same, except for the logo is different, obviously. But let's move on to this top section. So the top section here is going to be a big photo with a title and then a little caption underneath for the photo, and then a little gradient behind the words. So let's do all that. Actually, I've just realized that this is not the same template as this, so I'm going to go back and change it. So I'm just going to go back to the site wizard. So if you ever want to change it, you can just go back to the wizard. You can change any of the stuff that we did before in the wizard. And I'm going to go to page, and I'm going to choose a different template. And I believe the template I chose is this one, with the big slant up like that. Yeah, so let's choose that. Okay, and then let's go back to templates, and then let's go back to page, and let's edit our page template. So I'm back here in the templates page. I'm going back to edit the page, and now we're here waiting for this great New Zealand internet again. So click the picture, go down to background style, and you can see that there's already a few things here in the background. So they've got this solid color, which is a blue overlay. Let's get rid of that. And they've got this nice young lady writing a book or something. Let's get rid of her, I'm sorry. And then we're going to add an image. So click this image button, choose image, and the image I'm looking for is this one. I've already uploaded it. Boom, and there it is. You can move it up and down, and you can also use this box here to anchor it. So you can anchor it to the bottom, you can anchor it to the top, or you can keep it in the center, anchor it to the center. I like to keep it in the center. So the next thing we need to do is make this a bit taller, this section a little bit higher. So let's go here, and just change the height in this section here. So it says minimum height, and you just change it to what you want. I usually keep it around 700, 699, that'll do. There you go. Starting to kind of look the same. Next thing we need to change is the text. So let's get rid of that, and we are going to write in my story. Obviously you can call it whatever you want. And we need to change the color up here. So unlock it, boom, and then you can change it to whatever you want. Change it to white. What else? We need to add some more text. So to add this little caption, all you do is you go to the right hand side, and this is where you can add, click this plus button, and you can add whatever element you want. So you can add images, as you can see, text, buttons, you know, whatever. But we want to add text, so we're going to add some text in here. Just drag it. And we're going to make it say photo Helsinki, Finland. Actually, let's make it say Alaska. What's the capital city of Alaska? I've forgotten. Let's just stick with Alaska. Someone leave me a comment. What's the capital city of Alaska? Change this to white. And also, we need to caps it, right? And make it a little bit smaller. And we need to make this one a little bit bigger. Bang. So this is starting to kind of look the same. What you'll notice on here is I've got this black splodge behind the words, and the reason I've got that is because when you look at this one, that's kind of hard to read. That's much easier to read, right? So to do that, that's called a gradient. We're going to go back down to the background. We're going to add the gradient. So it's that box there. Click the gradient. And here you can see that this lets you put like a fade behind the photo or on top of the photo so you can read the text easier. And you can obviously put the fade as much as you want. And it can be from the top or from the bottom. It can be black or it can be white, obviously. Now because these words are in the middle, I don't use a linear gradient because the linear gradient comes from the top or from the bottom. I'm going to use a radial gradient, and that means it comes from the center. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to go here, click that again, go to radial, and now you can see that it's going to come, the fade comes out from the center. And as soon as you bring the transparency down, make it black, white, red, whatever you want. And you can make it bigger or smaller, like this. So I'm just going to leave it, you know, whatever, like that. It's not important really, just important that you know you can do it. And that pretty much looks like that. There's a few spacing things that I'm going to work out later on. I'll do that in a minute, but for now let's do the rest of the page. So you can see on my page there's no sidebar, it's just writing, and on this page there's a sidebar. I generally don't like the sidebar, I think it's a distraction, so you can just click hide sidebar. And if you want to bring the sidebar back, you just do it up here in the section options. Oh no, you don't. You do it down here, show sidebar or hide sidebar. The section options here are the same thing. You can hide or show, so I can hide this whole top section if I decide I don't want it anymore. Obviously I do want it because I just spent all that time making it look nice. The last thing we're going to do is the footer down here. So the footer on my blog right now is just a basic subscribe box, which is really easy to do. This is already a subscribe box, but let's make it look like how I've made it look. So just get rid of all this crap. To get rid of stuff, you just find the trash can and you just trash it. Bang, bang. And move this guy. Now we want to make it look like that. So we need some text and some more text. So same thing, go here, look for the text button and pop it in. What did I write here? Want to get serious. So let's go and write want to get serious. Let's write want to get crazy, just for something different. And we want to center it, so go up here to the text options, click center, and then it's going to be centered. Make it white, So down here, it's kind of faded a bit. It's on this transparency bar, so make it up to full whiteness. And we want to make it a bit bigger. So to do that, we go to the font size over here and just go zoop, as big as you want. I don't know, what, like there? Yeah, it's good. Change the color. We can make it our theme color if you want. Bold it. Caps it. Don't caps it, it's up to you. And we need more text, right? So drag text in there again. And what did we write here? What we wrote is not important, just that it kind of looks the same. So I just copied it, and now I'm going to paste it in here. There you go. Obviously you can type whatever you want in there. Center it again up here. Make it a bit bigger maybe. Or smaller, up to you. And that should start looking exactly like this. We've just used different fonts, a bit of a different size. And also the spacing is not really that good, so we're going to fix that now. To do spacing, you want to use something called padding. Okay, so here you're going to click this. You're going to go to layout and position, and this gives you padding on the inside and outside of each content element. So I want to put a space below this, so I'm going to just go to the bottom and put in like 20 pixels of padding. You know, probably want more than that, probably like 30 or 40, right? And then on the top, probably going to want 40 as well. Maybe not that much. Play around with it, see what you like the look of. And then at the bottom of this, you probably want some padding too, like 30. There you go. So that is starting to look a bit more like this. Obviously it's not hard to make it look like that. You just have to, you know, do whatever you want in here. If you want to change the subscribe box, you just go here and to the right hand side and you do lead generation. Okay, so you drag that on and it's going to give you, you know, different options to choose different styles, and you can choose that style. But I'm not going to do that right now. So that's pretty much that. We've done the footer, we've done the header, and we've done the top section. We also could fix this up. So let's put some padding on that, underneath that, to make it look a bit more like this. So these two should start looking, if I minimize this, these two should start looking pretty much exactly the same. Another thing that you should really do is you've got these options down the bottom here. So this is desktop. This one here is tablet. And this one here is phone. So you can go through and see if they all look the way that you want them to look. If they don't, you can start doing exactly the same editing in here, you know, blah blah, changing the size and all that sort of stuff. Okay, that's pretty much the page done. So if we preview it, oh, let's save it first. Always remember to save. Man, I lost so much work from not saving. So save it. I'm going to preview it now with this little preview button down here. And it should look not too much different than this. Yeah. Great. Okay, so that's the page done. Boom. Blog posts are actually super important because most people are going to find your blog or are going to spend time on your blog reading blog posts usually. So we go back to this page and we go to templates, and this time we're doing default post. We've just done this default page, as you can see it's all nicely changed in there. Now let's do default post. And if you look at a blog post right now on my blog, it looks like this. Let's just choose this first one. Big featured image at the top, nice little headline, and then no sidebar, just some sharing buttons and just all text pretty much. At the bottom of the post you have some related posts, comment section, and the footer, which we've already done, so we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, not too much to do here to make it look the same. We can close this now, goodbye. So if you look at this, it already pretty much looks the same, you know, because the template, I didn't change it that much, so I just used the standard template. So it doesn't look that different. The one thing that I have did get rid of was these little things down here, like the comments and the category. I don't think those are so relevant. So all you do is you just bin them, just trash it, and trash it. And what I replaced it with was the name of the author, so I just put published by Bren down here. To do that, super easy. You just go up here again, look for author name, there it is, and just drag it on. Zoop. And then here you can write written by Bren or published by Bren or whatever you want. If you want to make it look exactly like this, what I've also done was capsed it. Boom. What font is this? Zilla Slab. Oh, okay. Let's get Zilla Slab again. What an awesome name, Zilla Slab. And then we are going to do some letter spacing, which just spaces out your letters a bit more. So you can do it as much as you want, but we'll probably just do it like that. And maybe bring the size down a little bit. It's a bit big. Yeah, cool. So that now looks, if we make the section height a little bit bigger, that looks pretty much the same as that. Yeah, close enough, right? Let's go to the bottom, and we've got all this crap here at the bottom, right? So normally you can edit all this stuff if you want. So I'm going to click edit. You can edit. This is author bio section, so you can, you know, upload your photo there if you want, you know, replace the. I don't think I have an image of me that I could use. I could use that one. Me and my Filipino friends. Yeah, see, whatever. Then right in here, you know, Alexander Supertramp is, you know, such a cool dude or whatever. But I generally don't like this at the bottom of my post, so I just binned it, deleted it, delete that. I kept the related post, and obviously I redesigned most of the comment section because it looks quite different on my blog. So, but to redesign this, you just do all the same things, you know, click this, change the, edit it, and then change, you know, whatever you want here, and I'm not going to do that all now. This related post section, it looks a bit different on mine, which is easy enough. You just click it, then you go to template, and just choose, you know, the template that you want. This is the one that I used here. You can obviously choose any of these. I chose that one, and there it is. To fix it up so that it's not skewed like that, you just go column number and change the column number down to 2, and then that's pretty much it. And so now this is looking pretty much exactly the same. You've got a footer, you've got your comment section here, you've got your related post, and then you've got the post. And here it's the same. You've got your footer, got your comment section here, related posts, and zoom zoom. So that's done. It's pretty much done. That and that, if we save it. Yo, did you hear that? I need to do some yoga. Then we look at the preview. You will see that this page and this page pretty much look the same. Okay, cool. So posts, blog posts, done. So we're going to go back to the templates page, and we're going to go edit active homepage. And this is where we had that nice homepage with the lady making orange juice or something in the background. Yeah, there she is. Oh, she's making flowers, or okay, whatever. So click the nice orange juice flower lady, and then we're going to have to delete her. I'm sorry. Oh, we have to delete this solid color first, then we delete the lady. And actually just delete all this crap because we don't need it. We could reuse it, but it's easier just to do it, you know, from scratch. So we need to add an image. The image we need to add is this big image of me on the beach. So let's go. I have already uploaded it somewhere. There it is. And you can move it around. Obviously I like to anchor it in the center, like I said before. And now we need to add some text, we need to add a button, and we need to add a little bit more text. So let's go over to the right, text, and then a button down there, and then text. So we've got our text. We're going to change this to, what does it say? Travel far, live anywhere. So we're going to change it to travel far, live everywhere, just to be different, just for something different. And then we have to make it nice and big, font size, zoom, and then we have our button. So to change your button, you go up here to template button, and you can choose any of these button templates. Okay, so I think I chose, oh no, that's probably the one that we want. And we want a black background. And we want to change this text a little bit to click here to get started. Is that what it says? Yeah. Unbold it, uncaps it, and oh no, it is capped, sorry. Caps it, make it a bit smaller, and that's pretty much it. To make this hover clear, you just have to click the button, go to hover, and then you want the hover. This is you're now designing it what it looks like when it's being hovered over. So go to background style, get rid of the color, and you want to make this transparent. So this is the transparency bar underneath the color. So you just bring it down to nothing. Zoom. And we also need a black border around it. So go to borders. You can choose a dotted border or dash or solid line. We're going to choose black. Yeah, there you go. And that should be our button. Does that look the same? The text changes to black when you hover over it, but to do that you just go back to hover and change, you know. I'm sure you can figure that out. This text, we're gonna go photo Alaska, because I can't remember the capital city of Alaska, so let's just do that. Caps it, bring it down a little bit, and there you go. So this is almost looking like this, not quite. A few things we haven't done is the shadow. So you can see this is much easier to read than this. The reason is because I've got a shadow behind it. So to put a shadow behind it, you just click the text, scroll down here to shadow, and then you just click that text shadow. And now there's a shadow. Yeah. And we can make it black. Bring it full up to, we can make it black, red, whatever. Let's just do that. And there you go. Okay. We need to fix up the spacing, because you can see that space is equal to that space. And again, you know how to do that already. You go to layout, put some padding on it. So put some padding on the top of this. I think, I'm going to guess it's like 40. Yeah, close enough. Maybe a bit less, 30. Okay, that'll do. But you get the idea, right? So this, if I minimize this out, this is pretty much looking like that. Just different fonts, obviously, but you know, the design is exactly the same. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in this blog list, which is super easy to do. Well, let's get rid of all this crap first. Very long homepage. Okay, so we're left with one background section for our content. So we've got a blog list here. So I am going to go and look for blog list. Should be in here. Can someone point? Oh, there we go. Post list. Post list. Sorry, not blog list. So we insert our post list. There's all these designs to choose from. I choose this one. Obviously, again, choose whichever one you want. And the thing that you're going to pick here is this box here at the top. It says show featured content. So I'm going to click yes. And that's going to give you the option to put in one of these cool big featured boxes right here. So you've got all these different ones to choose from. I think we should choose a different one maybe. Let's choose that one. Cool. You can see this only has 6 posts listed, whereas my one has 9, so that's easy enough to change. You just click and then change the number of items down here to 9. And here you go, but now you have 9. So it's all super easy, guys. Honestly, there's nothing complicated about it. It's just about figuring out where everything is. And after you've spent a day clicking around here, you're going to know exactly where everything is, and you can put a page together like this in less than 10-15 minutes. We're pretty much done. That's pretty much the home page. Looks the same. If you look at this page and you look at this page, they're basically the same page now. And you scroll down and then scroll down on here, and that's the footer, and that's the footer. So yeah, so there it is, guys. That's how you make a blog. That's how you redesign a blog. It's how you make a website. Hopefully this has brought your imagination to life. There's nothing stopping you after you've built your first site to going down to your local butcher, your local bakery, your local dentist, local restaurant, and saying, hey, look, do you need a website? Look at this amazing Alexander Supertramp on the Road website that I've just made for a client, and I can make a website just like this for you. It's going to be even better. It's only going to take me 1 week. It's only going to cost you, whatever price you want to get, $1,000, and you've got an online business, okay, and you're making money from home on your laptop. So hopefully this has been enlightening. Hopefully this has been helpful. Really hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there. I hope you like the redesign of the blog. Let me know what you think. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, look after yourself and your loved ones, and I love you guys. Thanks for reading all these years. Thanks for watching the video, and I will talk to you soon. Boom, boom, boom. See you later. What's up, guys? It's me again. So if you want to get started with Thrive Theme Builder, you can find all the information that you need in the description below. You can also find everything you need on my blog, on my resources page. So if you go to my blog, brenontheroad.com, resources, and go to the blogging resources page, I have this page here of all of the tools that I use on my blog, and one of the main ones here is Thrive Theme Builder. I've just checked the price. It's $97 for a single license, and honestly, guys, that is really, really good value for you to be able to build a site on your own without a web designer and have that level of customization and control. Normally you need a web designer to do stuff like that, and where I'm from, it's going to cost you at least a couple of $1,000s to get a web designer. You also get unlimited updates, and it's a one-off payment, so there's no monthly fee or anything. You pay $97 and you've got it for life. You can also get the 5 license package, which is if you're planning on doing this as a business, or if you have multiple sites that you want to design, you can just get that, and it's going to bring your cost of each site down to about $25, about $25 per site, which is awesome value. So I highly recommend it, guys. It's one of the best tools I've bought for my blog. It's also one of the cheapest tools that I've bought for my blog, and yeah, awesome stuff. Big thumbs up from me. As always, I'm always here to answer your questions, so if you have a question about Thrive or anything else, feel free to send me an email or a DM or a message on Facebook, and I'll get back at you. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you later.